Did you know that only 20% of America's population is bilingual, according to Psychology Today? Americans as a whole should consider learning a different language other than English during their lifetime. You should learn a different language not only because it'll set you apart from different people, but it would allow you to build your networking system, give you a whole different viewpoint on your very own culture, and it can allow you to become a better listener and learner as well. Your network is basically how many people you know and how connected you are to them. So go out and meet new people. Your network system is very huge no matter what career field you decide to pursue. As you can see, the world that we live in today is changing rapidly. The huge companies that we see today, like Nike and eBay, have expanded all across the world. But do you really think that all the employees just speak only one language? Well, no. They've decided to go and hire the employees who can speak more than one foreign language. Our world is changing very fast due to the population, the increasing population, and the technology that we see today. Learning a second language can set you apart from many other job applicants when you are applying for the job. This is because, say you were head and head for a job at McDonald's, and you only know English, while the other applicant knows both English and Spanish. Well, they're most likely going to hire the other applicant since we see the Hispanic population in America starting to increase. And since McDonald's is having a lot of customer service and all, you would see a bunch of Hispanics coming in and asking a bunch of questions about the menu, and they probably wouldn't know English very well, so they'd want the person who can translate to other people about the menu and all to them. And another reason you should learn a second language is because you'll be able to see other people's outlook on your very own culture. And what I mean by this is, well, you may have thought how Americans thought celebrating Halloween is cool. Well, wait until you've seen how Hispanics celebrate a day called Dia de los Muertos, which it means Day of the Dead, to celebrate their loved ones who are now deceased. Culture and language are very similar. You cannot have one without the other because the language is a part of the native culture. If you go to another country and actually experience what their day-to-day life is like every day, you will see how everything may be completely similar or very different to your own culture. And they say that you learn something new every day, and I still believe that is true. Learning a second language makes you become a better learner and listener as well. As Dr. Seuss has once said, the more that you read, the more things that you will know. The more that you will learn, the more places that you'll go. So, if you need to tighten up on your learning skills, then you should consider learning a new language. Right now I'm taking Spanish too, and sometimes I find it easier than English. The words are very similar to the English dictionary, and I just think to myself, why didn't my parents teach me this instead of English as a baby instead? I like to say that I create little short hacks to remember the words. For example, in Spanish, pregunta means question. And so I think when I hear pregunta, I think pregnant. And so I connected to how a pregnant lady may ask her OB/GYN a bunch of questions about her pregnancy. That's how I connect the two. And then they're very similar, like when you hear the words, because, for example, in Spanish, bicycle is bicicleta. And see, they sound very similar because bicycle, bicicleta. You should learn a second language because it really makes you aware of what you're saying, and you'll become a better note taker due to having to write new words down constantly and trying to retain them. Like my Spanish teacher tells me that you have to say the word 30 times in order for you to actually retain it in your brain. And overall, I learned the process of learning a new language because it's very exciting knowing that I can communicate to other people who are different from me and them actually know what I'm saying. And learning a different language is a piece of cake. You can meet new people when you start into your career. It will give you a new outlook on your own culture, and you become a better learner and listener. These 3 reasons reinforce the idea as to why Americans should learn a different language other than English. With only 20% of America's population being bilingual, we should strive to increase the percentage as soon as possible. Thank you.